Eight Limbs Us is sponsored by Muay Nation and Onyx MMA in Singapore. And this was a fight down in Hua Hin against Phetwapee, who is also a WMC ranked fighter under the name Nong Bo. This was my third fight in a matter of about 4 days, and they were all over the place. So we had just come from Nakhon Nayok down to Hua Hin. You'd have to look at a map for that to matter, but this guy in my corner I had met about 45 minutes before my fight. So I know the promoter down in Hua Hin, and that's actually him in the stripes down at the bottom of the ring that you can see there. He had given me this fight, and I went to the stadium where we always fight, and nobody was there. It was like no lights or anything, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be fighting in a couple of minutes. And we just had to go down the road just a little bit in order to find this venue. But this was a card that was going to be on TV. My fight wasn't on TV, but so it was set up all huge with these cameras on booms and stuff. Fighting 3 fights in 4 days is not common, but it's not super unusual for me either. Because it's getting harder for me to find fights and opponents, I often fight in these clusters. So I had these 3 fights, then about 9 days later I fought Petchrungruang again, and then I didn't fight for a month, which was awful. But so we got to this venue, and before my fight, my opponent and I were sitting over in this corner, kind of over by the big poster that you see in the background. And so we were sitting together for the duration of the entire fight before us, and she was trying to like talk to me, but she was asking me like, how many fights do you have? And I didn't know how to answer her because I don't know like what is the mental strategy of telling her versus not telling her or anything, so I just kind of played dumb as though I didn't speak Thai. But then problematically, a bunch of men who were running the program came up and were talking to us and asking me questions and telling us how to lie to the king. There's a huge photo of the king that you lie to before you get in, and I totally understood all of that and was responding to them, so my whole like, I don't understand how to say numbers versus like understanding whole sentences probably gave me away a little bit. They were also a little upset that my shorts were not fully red, they're a little bit orange, but I think because I wasn't on TV they made not so big a deal about it. I didn't know my opponent at all. I've never fought her before. I'd never heard of her. I looked her up afterwards. And these guys in my corner were cornering for some guys that were on the show. And basically when I have these corners who don't know me, I just tell them I knee and let them figure it out as we go. I like that they had a female announcer. You don't have that a lot. So again, I had no idea who she was, so I really didn't know what to expect. And I won my 2 fights in the days before this, so I was feeling pretty good. I wasn't really injured or anything, but even from the start of this fight, I could kind of feel like I was sleepwalking. I was very slow and just kind of didn't have the energy to meet the fight that I would prefer to have. So here, just trying to like counter her and stay in. My previous 2 fights were won just by staying in as much as possible. So I'm trying to do that, but low kicks have been working for me well lately. That one I faked low and went high, which was something that Gansak taught me. I don't do it a lot. I think that partially my sleepwalking and having fought just before this allowed me a lot of freedom in this fight that I might not have had if I had had a longer break before fighting. She likes those corners though, which is good for me. People can bounce on ropes, but you can't bounce on a corner. It's the first time I really grab her. That's kind of when you can feel out how a fight is going to go, is when you first grab someone, and how comfortable they are and how strong they are lets you know how that's going to roll. She had a really fast kick. Not that one, but she was good at alternating those sides as well. Usually if you check one side, they'll just blast on the other side when they're alternate kickers like that. So those leg kicks, even though they're bothering her, they don't really score. So it's really just a way to get in. That looks good. It's a way to get in and kind of cause gradual disturbance. She'll start paying more attention to them. There, I just cracked my foot on her knee. I probably broke a very small bone in it. So that sucked, like right at the end of the round and in the first round. So I hobbled back to my corner a little bit and just tried to like not demonstrate that it was damaged at all. But I definitely, you can hear it cracking against her knee. And then not so many right kicks after that. She loves going into that corner. I should be hopping in more. I'm kind of staying on the porch a little bit. So she's scoring with those mid kicks that land, not the ones that are checked. See there, I should be closing that distance once I check it, but I'm just kind of staying in one spot. And then there I put myself on the ropes and her on the ropes rather than kind of pinning her to them. But that hit her in the face. These knees are landing. So the female announcer is saying that I have good knees. So there you can see as she's backing up, she's not thinking to strike anymore. Now she's just trying to stay away from me. There I was trying to like jerk her to the side rather than just locking. I kind of get stuck just locking sometimes. Kevin reminding me to bounce. There, I almost took her back. So far I've dominated these 2 rounds, but they're just the first 2 rounds, so anything can happen in a fight, and the first 2 don't matter that much unless they need to be referenced later. So she's not in too much trouble yet, other than that my confidence is going up and hers is going down. So again, it's that energy. I'm kind of sleepwalking and I need to be coming in more. I'm kind of creeping in. So here I get stuck on her leg and I can't get over it. So I end up throwing a backwards elbow, which I have never ever thrown outside of like messing around with Pinu. But you know, when you're just rolling on a few fights, just try some stuff. It clipped her on the forearm. I don't think I hit her head with that. I like the announcer saying my name correctly though. My name is very rarely right, so I get excited when it is. There, a little bit more energy, but at a distance. Go in. That hindsight is 20/20 thing. See, I'm getting stuck on one side, like I need to cut her off on both sides and cut off the ring more. She's starting to get a little bit of the knees in the clinch instead of me. Oh. Yeah, that's not good. For her, that's alright for me. So my energy did go up a little bit. Throwing a right kick there, probably hit her with my foot. I need to step much harder and close that distance. Here, see, she can escape out that left side because I'm only cutting off the ring in one direction. Although that just works pretty well. She doesn't know how to wall a China very well. There, got the lock. There. It's, perhaps a bit of a foul, but if you do it quickly, usually it's kind of okay. And here, see, she's got her leg up to defend herself, but I'm totally getting through it. That looks really good for me. That's a little iffy. The ref caught that at a good moment. Again, see the way that she's going backwards? She can't kick out of that. She's actually just trying to stay away from me. So those are all scoring. I'm not entirely sure why I'm grabbing so low there. I should be locking her up high. I was a little bit zoned out in this fight. That was a good kick. So here I'm following her pretty good, but because she's going so slowly, I just need to cut her off way hard to the left. Low kicks are good for that, but she's kind of escaping me. So again, going after that leg, that's how I should be cutting her off, actually, is what I just did. But there she escapes out. So those kicks were starting to affect her legs a little bit, but I'm staying really far out. Like, that doesn't help me at all. And here, now she's starting to do these, like, multiple strikes. That looks good for her. I'm trying to get my multiple soon. That worked. Yeah, I'd gotten in trouble in my next fight, the one after this one, by grabbing that kick instead of blocking it. I guess I kind of whet my appetite for it in this fight and then kind of got burned for it in the next one. But there, that's good. Her positioning makes me look much more dominant. I need to be turning her, though. When you're scoring with knees, if you can turn and then score, or score and then turn, it just totally adds up much better. Here now she's just trying to stay away from me, but she doesn't have the strength and angles to really stop those knees. She's a good fighter. Again, she's WMC ranked, and she has a lot of experience. She's like 18 or 19. She's been fighting since she was quite young. But I've never fought her before, and I don't think that she's ever had to deal with someone quite like me before. She's tough, you know. She's definitely still having her little bursts, but she's already tired. Which, if you're tired against a clinch fighter, it's not that great. Here, getting these high knees, tipping her down. You can see she's a little bit pissed off. Like, she's just frustrated. And then I'm hanging out on the outside instead of going in. That's frustrating to me. My corner was awesome. They were totally like, do more of that. It's like, I can do that. So here, as we come over, you have to hug before the 5th round. Right there, she just asked me, what's your name? We go to hug for the final round. She's like, Kunchureha, like, what is your name so that I can avoid you? I didn't answer her. I had my mouthpiece in. I was just like, bleh, bleh. But here, so I'm starting to pull out. So I've been coming towards her the whole time, and now I'm starting to go backwards so that I can just defend in this round, basically. So I've been saying this for a few fights now. My dance-off is not that great. My energy needs to be different on my dance-off. Here it's kind of okay, but here, now that I'm chasing her, potentially she could start dancing off. So I need to, like, really, really commit to it more. I'm getting better at it. But she's got to come in because she's at the deficit. But if she had chosen to not chase me anymore after landing something like that, it's a good argument. You know, you can do stuff like that. But now that I've caught her and landed that good knee, the onus is on her. I don't know what I'm doing. Look better, Sylvie. That was good. Checking those kicks. See, I can do that stuff. It's the, like, backing up and knowing what to do with my arms. You know, people who dance and they're like, I don't know what to do with my arms. That's me. Me. The ref starts breaking clinches much faster in the last rounds. So you just got to be aware of that if you're a clincher. Score faster. But here it's basically just staying out. So we know how that went. Yeah, so he's going around collecting the scorecards, and I'm good, jumping in the corner, waiting for that. That's an upgrade. And so I'm like going to say sorry to my corner and getting out of the ring, and the moment I got to the ground, I'm like, my goddamn foot hurts so bad. I was like walking sideways on it like half a duck or something. It was really painful, and it actually it affected my training for since that fight. I think it's much better now, but I was not kicking on that side for a good 2 months or something. These are my corner guys. They're cool. So I left my shoes over by where we had been sitting. It's cool though. Look at the lights. Like, this is down in Hua Hin, and this is just in like a park area. This lady walking behind me, she trained with Master K. and then came out and we got to say hi. That was pretty badass.
Real bad, like on the top of it, it's pretty swollen.
I saw that happen.
I've got my like it's loud Minnie Mouse voice. I have no
That was
idea
second round, I think.
why my voice gets so high.
Right before the elbow.
Yeah.
Muttering around about my foot.
Heard it.
Can you,
3 and 4 days.